Attention all units, this is General Savat with another transmission at ease, soldiers. So as you know, we're currently at war. We're going to go live about what I'm about to discuss right now. So we're also going to move fast, and there's a reason why I didn't put scripture on there, because y'all need to read, because I'm realizing a lot of y'all heifers just simply don't read. Let's begin. We're going to move fast. Eve, that's the mother, right? Okay, cool. Y'all know who Eve is, right? Satan, Ha-Satan. Y'all gonna be like, oh no, it's actually Lucifer, or it's actually Hallel, or it's actually Gadriel. Shut all of that up. We're gonna keep moving as fast as possible, because I'm trying to tell you why. We even pay taxes. Yes. Why we even pay taxes, why you feel like you just feel weird. Okay, everybody feels weird. I'm about to explain it to you right now, because it's a spiritual warfare. Ephesians 6 verse 12. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and rulers of darkness, okay? That's why you feel like nothing is real, because it's not. It's all an illusion. Let's keep moving. Eve, mother. Satan, counterpart, whatever. Spouse, whatever. Doesn't matter. Just stay with me here. Adam, same thing, okay? Adam and Satan, just stay with me here. We're both able to implant a seed, okay? And hold on, because I already know what you're doing. You're arguing right now, and you're like, how is that possible? Satan, they can't recreate all of this stuff. Then how the hell do you get giants? How the hell do you get, just because you go to Target today and you don't see a freaking giant, you automatically assume there's no such thing as demons, giants, or anything, but y'all go watch Marvel, and don't get me started, because y'all about to piss me off. Where's my switch? Eve, again, mother. Then Adam, person. Satan, just stay with me here. Person, just hear me out. Satan and Eve did something in the garden, and they gave birth to Cain. Adam and Eve did something, and they gave birth to Abel. I know y'all gonna be like, oh, well, they were twins. We're not having that argument right now. That's not what I'm, just stay focused. Cain is where you get the Canaanites. And I know what you're going to say. Oh my gosh, no, the Canaanites came from Ham. They came because Canaan erred and Ham and uncovered. I know that. Just hear me. Canaanite means Cain ate. Okay? Cannibal. And if you don't believe me, where I can even get something as crazy as that, why do you think, I can't say it on here without getting a strike, why do you think that lineage and the people, you know exactly who I'm talking about, the files and all that stuff, why do you think they are so invested in eating flesh? Okay? You know exactly what I'm talking about, but let's keep it moving. I'm trying to tell you, I'm trying to break it down. This is where you got Eve and Satan that gave birth to the first half human, half hybrid. Okay? Half God, whatever you want to call it. Greek gods and all that stuff. They all come from this lineage. Let's keep it moving. Eve and Satan gave birth to Cain, and Cain birthed the Canaanites, also known as hybrids. Then you get Lamech. This right here, you're going to be like, oh, that's not true or whatever. There's no such thing as two Lamechs. Go and read scripture. You will find out that there are two Lamechs, and the lineage dies at Lamech, which is why I put an X, right? But notice, and once you read, you will see that there's two Enochs and there's two Lamechs. Lamech somehow, just hear me when I say this, we keeping it moving. Lamech somehow got into the lineage of Noah, okay? Got on that cruise ship, because what does Genesis 6 verses 4 say? And there were giants in those days, and what? After. Let's keep it moving. Even if you don't want to believe that, it doesn't matter. I need you to stay focused that there's a lineage that hates us, humans, okay? We wrestle not against flesh and blood. They are trying to destroy you and I. Let's keep it moving. So Noah gave birth to Shem, right? Shem, Ham, and Japheth, right? But just hear me out, because you're probably like, why do you have Ham over on this side? Because I'm trying to explain the best way I know how, as I said, that this is all false and not real, is that somehow this lineage of Cain, Satan, Lamech, whatever, got on the dang cruise ship, but somehow that lineage, it all came from Ham. And if you don't believe me, look, find out who Ham's descendants are, and you will find out that Ham's descendants is where you get Mizraim. also known as the giants, the Amalekites, the Amorites, the Perizzites, the Hittites, all the people that Joshua and even David had to fight. David versus Goliath. And for all of you people that try to get upset and say, oh my gosh, there's no such thing as giants, then explain, what's his name? Goliath. That was after the flood and hit him with a rock. All you Christians love to use that story, but then the moment I start exposing that stuff, y'all seem to get confused. Like, oh my gosh, he really wasn't that tall. He really wasn't a giant. Why do you think David had to, his head? That's a common, that is known across all historical facts, that in order to properly unalive a giant, you got to remove the head. You can't just, moving on. So anyways, back to Adam, and Abel's lineage, and then, you know, Abel was crossed out. Then we had rebirth, and we had Seth, right? So from Shem, then we get from the lineage of Shem, we have Abraham, okay? Then from Abraham, we get the house of David, and then we get Yahusha. We're just keeping it simple. I know I skipped Isaac, Jacob, all of them stuff, but I'm trying to keep, it extremely simple right now. Let me see how much time I got. Okay, we good on time, okay? Like I said, we're going to explain this in a live. So back to Mizraim, right? Then from the lineage of Ham and Mizraim and the giants and all this stuff, that's where you get who? Nimrod. And I know it says that he became a Gibborim because he took the garments from Adam. I'm telling you, you're going to see as a common theme when it comes to Esau, when it comes to Nimrod, selling the birthright and taking they're trying to get back into where? Up there. They're trying to get into where they fell from heaven. I'm talking about these dudes, Satan, Hasatan, hello. How was that so hard to grasp? So they're trying to use humans to get back in there. Of course, we know it's not going to work, but let's keep it moving. Then from Nimrod, I am not saying Nimrod birthed Esau. I'm talking about lineage here. They're all of the same lineage. Then we get Esau. Then he claims that he got tricked and he sold his birth. No, it even says in scripture, Esau have I hated. Because Yahuwah knew the lineage that Esau came from. Y'all not understanding. Moving on. From Esau, we get Amalek. Then from Amalek, and you know who Amalek is, right? That's the Amalekites. That's where we get Haman. You know the story of Esther, when they tried to unalive the Hebrew boys or the Hebrew nation, but Esther had to step in, but she had to get married to a giant known as Xerxes 300. Look it up. That's in scripture. It's in scripture. Piss me off. Then from Haman, we get the sand. Now you're probably like, what are you talking about sand? This is where I have to speak in code because I know they're going to try and come after me because they're already after me for this, okay? I'm not even kidding. The sand is also known as the Sanhedrin, okay? Great people. Love them. Juice, Welch, Juice's box, okay? I know I skipped a whole bunch of people, but understand something. The Sand people and Welch Juice, use your discernment. Those people is who unalived Yahusha, okay? Hey, hold up. I want to edit this real quick. Check this out. Then after Haman, we get King Herod. And you notice the story of King Herod. He tried to unalive all of the babies under the age of 2. Then from King Herod, that's the lineage of orange juice, okay? Okay, we're going live now. Bye.